Hello and welcome. We're going to talk to you today about biohacking your body. And basically what we're doing is trying to use nutrition to take control of our bodies to get a different or a better result than what we were getting before. So I am Dr. Jessica Buhler, and with me is Lisa Mueller. And we are both in the healthcare realm and deal with different patients or clients every day that are struggling in different with their different healthcare needs. And nutrition is something that we have both taken a passion to, and since being introduced to these products have seen amazing results, not only in our own families and our close friends, but also in our patient base. So this is basically, if you haven't heard about biohacking or nutrigenomics, it's something that you certainly will. And definitely people have realized that there are different things that are coming about as far as health goes, because people are starting to want to take control of their health and not just necessarily do as their doctor tells them to do, but find different strategies to prevent conditions or symptoms or disease, and also to just live a life that makes the quality of their years a little bit better. And so the personalized health market was $600 billion in 2014, and now in 2018 that number is even bigger. So there's definitely a growing demand for this. So again, if this is something you haven't heard of, you definitely will. But this company, LifeVantage, is at the forefront of nutrigenomics, this movement toward using that nutrition to help us to get a different result from our DNA, so to affect our gene expression. And how they got launched to the forefront of this movement and became one of the biggest, or maybe the biggest, biohacking company in the world is that it all began with one flagship product called NRF2 Protandim. So in 2003, there was a team of scientists that formulated a blend of this all 5 all-natural products into this blended product. And they had one peer-reviewed published study, and then in 2005, there was an ABC Primetime investigative report done on this company, on this product. And we're going to just watch a little clip of that ABC Primetime investigative report. And I don't know if you guys remember that show, but basically it was designed to find the spoof in a company. So what they were looking for was to disprove the statement that this product had, and that was that they could reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. So we're going to watch that ABC Primetime investigative report. It's going to go through a lot of these same terminology, the words we've been using, and it's not to impress you with words, but it's also to be just very specific about what we're talking about. So we're going to get started with that.
The following is an ABC Primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCoy, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you find, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. We all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
It's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me?
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that make
The following.
Lisa, do you want to finish with the company's story here?
Absolutely. So what I find impressive is what Jess said, is that the company can claim that it's a 40% decrease in oxidative stress in 30 days, and that ABC Primetime Investigative report was actually proving that that gentleman received a 45% decrease, which is outstanding. So overnight, from that ABC Primetime Investigative Report, their sales rocketed to over 5 million. Pretty outstanding. And Dr. McCorb, who's won the Nobel Prize for founding antioxidants, came on board and decided that instead of selling it on the shelves in your GNCs and your Walmarts and places like that, nobody knew how important the synergy of the 5 components of this product were. You're not going to read the label in a store. And so he took it on, and they brought in a marketing manager and started to treat it like a business. Went from a small biotech company and became what is now over a $200 million company by doing direct sales. They got there within that year's time. So there are 7 US patents and over 23 peer-reviewed studies on this product that can prove this decrease in oxidative stress that was aired in this report.
Awesome. So these are some of the major universities and organizations or companies that have done research on the product since product was formulated. Because like Lisa said, we had that just a one study before that ABC Primetime report aired, but it shot us into the forefront of this new market, this new way of thinking about nutrition. And so all of these companies and universities started researching it to see what they could learn about the product and to compare it against some of their products. So we have the backing of the American Heart Association, the American Cancer Society, major universities like Harvard, LSU, Washington State. There are so many different companies and organizations that have really taken a look at this, and they have done their own peer-reviewed published research that's all available in all of these studies that Lisa mentioned are available in the public medical database. So if you go to www.pubmed.gov, you can find all of those studies and read the whole thing in entirety. So we're going to just start talking about oxidative stress here. So we're going to come back to the beginning and relearn some of this science that, because what is oxidative stress and why would you want a 40% reduction in it? Well, oxidative stress is something that affects every system in our body. So as you can see from the graph on the side there, in your eyes, we're looking at macular degeneration and cataracts. In your joints, we're looking at different forms of arthritis. In your brain, we're looking at Alzheimer's, depression, stroke, cancers. In your blood vessels, we're talking about heart disease, atherosclerosis, endothelial dysfunction. So you pick a system and you can see this impact. But what we're really looking at is these free radicals that are produced naturally as byproducts from reactions in our body. So when we digest our food, when we breathe our air, when we circulate our blood, we will produce these free radicals. And basically, these free radicals cause damage to our cells. And so it's a lot like the oxidation of the apple, the picture here where the apple is rusting. And so we like I said, we encounter, excuse me, my words, we create these free radicals in response to normal processes, but we also produce them in even higher quantities when we're exposed to toxic situations, which most of us are. All of us are, not most of us. Different forms of radiation, our microwave, our cell phones, the sun, different chemicals in our water, in our food, in our air. There is just no way to escape the effects of oxidative stress, which is why they're finding that oxidative stress is linked to hundreds and hundreds of conditions, symptoms, and disease. Lisa, do you want to talk about this one, difference between direct versus indirect antioxidants?
Absolutely. So what they have found is that, creating antioxidants, or we try to ingest as many antioxidants as we can. And I guess one of the questions is I don't think I can eat enough to try to counterbalance the free radicals that are forming at the cellular level on a day-to-day basis or through everything that Dr. Jess is talking about. So what they have come up with is that if we can activate the cells within our system to do what they're supposed to do, they can create their own antioxidants and neutralize those free radicals. Anything that we can ingest or try to supplement will only do that at a rate of 1 per every second. So kind of like pouring a little Dixie cup of water on free radical damage that's being done at that cellular level. Well, if you can ingest the NRF2 activator to get your body to do what we want it to do on its own, it will hit like a fire hose, and it will it'll activate so that your body can produce 1 million antioxidants to every free radical per second. You can't ingest that many. Like, that's astounding to me.
No.
So, yeah, it's wonderful. So therefore that helps maximize the decrease in the cellular damage that's being done in every cell, in every system throughout your entire body the second that you ingest.
And this one is really cool because it's talking about the synergy of the components. And so we want to have that benefit where the action of the sum of our products is better than if we just had the parts alone. So if you look at our components here, first we have our control, then we have our 5 components: ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea, milk thistle, and curcumin. And then you see just a tiny bit of increase in reduction, right? But with Protandim, look at how high that thing is. And this is because these 5 components, when put at the exact blend that Dr. McCord and his team developed, they got an 18-fold increase in the effectiveness of producing antioxidant. So 18 times more effective with the sum of its parts. So what happens with that NRF2 activation is that within every single cell, there is a protein messenger called NRF2, nuclear erythroid factor 2. And when we activate that cell with our cellular activator, that protein messenger, NRF2, attaches to our DNA and it causes an expression of certain genes. One of those genes that is affected is that production of our own antioxidants. But it's estimated that anywhere from 200 to 2,500 human survival genes are affected by activation of the NRF2 pathway. But the one that is most important to us, at least fundamentally to every person, regardless of having a symptom, condition, or disease, is that ability to neutralize those free radicals with that production of antioxidants. And so in 2015, there was a review done on NRF2 and its ability to detoxify, act as an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and provide other cellular protective mechanisms. And at the end of the study, they concluded that NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. Lisa, can you read this one on your screen well enough to talk about this? Okay.
So this is just comparing, it was a study done for MS, and what it was it's a biogenetic company that was just kind of comparing the drug called Tacfidera, which is used to treat MS condition. And so what they did was they were able to claim that with Tacfidera for multiple sclerosis victims, they can claim that they get a 2 to 20% decrease in oxidative stress. So that's a big difference, in between there. And what this study did is it proved in these results that the NRF2 activator was a dietary supplement consisting of herbs that could be potential inducer and therefore the most suited as a therapeutic strategy to treat these same symptoms. So if you can get a 2 to 20% decrease with Tacfidera, that, by the way, is such a costly drug, approximately $52,000 for 3 months. Or you could take this NRF2 activator that is a guaranteed FDA approved 40% decrease in oxidative stress in 30 days for approximately $120. That is just what this study is proving. And it also does not come along with all the side effects that the Tacfidera may have as well. So
awesome. So with NRF2 activation, we really just have that solution for oxidative stress load, because we get that 40% reduction in 30 days and a cumulative effect with that reduction as well. So the longer we take it, the more we see that reduction going down. And there was also a study done by the National Institute of Aging. It was funded by them as well. This is our U.S. government's National Institute of Health. And what they found was that Protandim, our NRF2 activator, was the only natural product proven to extend lifespan. That's crazy, you guys. That makes us the only product that actually has peer-reviewed research to prove that we are anti-aging. NRF2 helps to regulate your body's survival genes, and we also have the NSF and BSCG stamps, which proves that what we say is in our product and in the exact amount that we said it was. And then we also have that quality control standard, so that athletes can use this without having to worry about passing screens and that kind of thing. So that's the biggest problem, I would say, that every human has, is oxidative stress. But another problem that we have, the second big problem, is mitochondrial dysfunction. And so what we're looking at with this is basically, if you go back and you remember that your early science days, and you remember talking about the mitochondria, and that's the energy producing part of our cell. And so what happens when we have mitochondrial dysfunction is that our cells are not doing their job as well as they can. It's sort of like having a bad engine on your car. If it's not running at full capacity, your vehicle cannot run as well either. And so we see common conditions that are associated with mitochondrial dysfunction on the side here. But the biggest thing I see with this in my patient population anyway, is the person with mitochondrial dysfunction tends to be very fatigued. They're always tired. Oh, they're hitting mid-morning and they're tired. They're hitting mid-afternoon and they're tired. When they wake up in the morning, they're still tired and they don't sleep well. So why would you care about mitochondrial dysfunction? And how about the solution for that, Lisa?
So this is where LifeVantage then came up with what we call NRF1, or the NRF1. And the synergy of taking the NRF2 and NRF1 together really works, because if we can decrease your oxidative stress, we also need to get your mitochondria functioning properly. So like Jess said, with mitochondria dysfunction, we need to come in, and what this NRF1 has done is it will repair that dysfunctional mitochondria, replicate, and create ATP production, which is your energy source. So when you're hitting that low in the day, it's going to be that pick-me-up to increase that cell activation, give you the energy that you need. What would you give for more energy? So this is the product that they came up with to improve your performance through your energy production, and just their ability to work as a root cause of all energy crashes in a day and the mitochondrial dysfunction. If you type in mitochondrial dysfunction and any symptom, condition, or disease, you will see that oxidative stress is a root cause, but you will see that the combination of the two is very effective in fully sustaining an individual's performance.
Definitely. So we have this combination, just like Lisa said, where we're activating not only the NRF2 pathway, but now we're also able to activate that NRF1 pathway as well. And it works in a very similar mechanism to the way that our NRF2 activation worked, right? We take our NRF1 activator, and then within every cell, there's a protein messenger called NRF1. And when that NRF1 protein messenger attaches to our DNA, that's where we see all these benefits happening to the mitochondria, just the same that Lisa just explained. So we're seeing that energy coming back, that quality sleep, that peak performance. It's just an impressive change. So the third problem that we have is really a leaky gut or a poor gut system. And you can see all these symptoms that are created also from a leaky gut or dysfunctional gut microbiome. So our solution for that, and most people have heard of this in theory, is to take a probiotic, which are just beneficial bacteria. In our gut, we need to have a good balance of good bacteria versus bad bacteria. And for the most part, with our lifestyles and the things we eat, our emotions and that kind of thing, those good are not always outweighing the bad. And so with Physique ProBio, we are getting those good bacteria into our gut. But what makes our probiotics so much different than other probiotics are two really huge things. One is this BioTract lining that they put on it so that it bypasses your stomach acid and it gets to the gut where we need it to go. It's dynamically compressed so that the ones that we need at the very end at our large intestine are at the core of it. And the ones that we need at the beginning or the outside are the ones that will be delivered to our small intestine. So it slow releases through your gut over a 12-hour period. That is phenomenal. The other thing we have is a product called Wellmune, and both BioTract and Wellmune have their own websites that prove their research and their benefits. But Wellmune is yeast beta-glucans that are found in colostrum, or a mother's first milk. They really give us a vital immune boost. And these good bacteria give us anywhere from 70 to 90% of our immune function. And who doesn't want to prevent sickness, illness? Who doesn't want to have less sick days? I mean, that's just a standard thing. And so the survival rate of most probiotics is around 4%, but with our patented technology, we have a survival rate of about 60%. Problem number 4 here is fatty imbalance. And Lisa, if you could just tell us a little bit about this omega product.
Yep. So we obviously need a good blend of fatty acids in our system. And I know that any doctor, including Dr. Jess and my father-in-law, who's also a chiropractor, would always highly recommend an omega to get those. This product is really good. It has the omega-3s that are really good for the skin, cardiovascular system, and the brain and immune health, and the omega-7s, which also help increase the metabolism and help with the overall weight management. It has a source of some vitamin D, and it's very pure to the point that you can literally trace which boat the source of the omega is coming from. So this is a really good omega fish oil to deal with that fatty imbalance in our systems.
Yes. So with that, though, we have just a few other products we're going to kind of briefly go through here. And this is our skincare line called True Science, and it's a NRF2 activator for your skin. So now if you remember back to that study by the National Institute of Aging that found that we were the only anti-aging product with our NRF2 Protandim. Well, that was anti-aging from the inside out. So why not take that blend and put it in a skincare line so we have that dual effect? Inside out, now we also have the benefit from the outside in. So definitely this 4-step regimen, and even using parts of this for different things is very effective. And Lisa, you want to fill us in a little bit on Axio?
I will, absolutely. We are very fond of Axio in this household. And what Axio is it's a NRF2 chemistry it's a NRF2 activator for the brain chemistry. So we have over 3,000 neurochemicals in our brain. And this Axio really targets those to help with things like focus, mental clarity, acuity, very high for emotional distress, anxiety, depression, ADHD, autism. I believe this is a study of an autistic child before the NRF2 Axio on the screen here, and then after taking it on a regular basis. It's a water additive, and it has immediate release into your brain. So it's kind of the smart energy, you might say. The thing I really appreciate about this is that there is the no sugar, no substitute for sugar as far as the aspartames or anything along those lines. It is stevia. So it is the natural product, and you don't have that crash like you might with other caffeinated beverages.
Yes, perfect. This is our physique line, which was basically brought about by demand, right? Because everyone is looking for weight management or weight loss, and this line is just fabulous. So we have in the center here our protein shake, which is slow and fast release amino acids, which is great. Also targeted the fat burn, which is really just going in on to that visceral fat, that stuff that surrounds our organs that is the most dangerous. And then ProBio, which we already talked about, and then a product called Cleanse. And I honestly recommend this cleanse for the first week of every month for every single person, especially adults. But it's so gentle. It's in capsule form. But it really helps to clear out the gut of that sludge that is just stuck in there and to help heal up that lining as well. And then Lisa, if you could tell us about Pet Tandem as well.
So Pet Tandem is just the same Nerve2 activator for simply your little four-legged friends. They obviously have a much higher oxidative stress level than humans. And so a lot of people were giving them the Nerve2 and found that it was very beneficial. And so the company has created this Pet Tandem that is specific for the animal to help support their cognitive function and any other dysfunction that they may have within.
So we're going to talk about the business side of things here. And I want to first talk to you guys about networking, because this is something I feel like everyone does all the time, but they don't realize they even do it. So food, clothes, supplies, decorations, services, and so much more. If you go to a restaurant and you love the food, the service is amazing, what do? You tell somebody about it. You find your favorite pair of leggings and you love them, you're going to tell somebody about it, and they'll probably buy them just because you told them that you did. Or how about the last time you got the most amazing massage? You're going to tell somebody about that, and they're probably going to want to go see your therapist because it was a good service. So basically, there's two ways to get involved with this company: as a preferred customer or as a distributor. Both get wholesale pricing, both choose the products that they want, and both get the products delivered directly to them. And to me, that is one of the biggest parts of this, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like everyone is short on time and everyone is moving toward this technology-driven world where we want to be able to, in seconds, pick what we want, have it coming, and not have to worry about it. I don't want to have to go to this store and that store to get exactly what I need. So that is a huge advantage as well. But the difference between a preferred customer and a distributor is that distributors get paid to network. So really, you're just sharing this information, sharing the science with somebody else, and the company then pays you to do that. And that is the business of this company. So this is an S-curve, and just really showing where the company is, and we are really in the very beginnings of this company. But the thing about it is, and like we spoke about before, is that we are at the forefront of this movement of nutrigenomics, and we have over 15 years of research backing our flagship product, and 23 peer-reviewed studies, 7 U.S. patents, and honestly, I've never seen anything quite so impressive as far as its results go. And so Lisa and I are both coming here. We didn't get involved with this company for the business aspect, but we got involved because we fell in love with the science. But the thing is that there's a huge potential as far as the business part goes, because no one knows about this company. This is the distributor comp plan. Because we are a publicly traded company, we have to show you what distributors are typically making. And to get started, Lisa, you want to cover these just real quickly, the bundles and such?
Absolutely. So if you're getting started, you will sign in with one of these 3 packages: gold, silver, or platinum. And if you are wanting to take on the business aspect, obviously the platinum is the way to go. You will get a bundle of products at a little bit of a discounted price. And as she said, you will continue to get them at wholesale pricing but then get reimbursed as well.
And as a preferred customer, you would not be buying one of those bundles. You will just simply buy whatever it is that you want right from the get-go. And the distributors only get to buy these packs the first time. We kind of always wish we could buy the bundles again after that, because we obviously use the products and see the benefits in our own families too. All 6 of the people in my family use all the products as well. So definitely these packs are just an initial pack, and then after that you're just going to be purchasing just like a preferred customer would with the wholesale pricing. And these are our stacks. So we have the Vitality stack right in the center there, and that is the solution for those 4 big problems, right? Oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, leaky gut, and fatty imbalance. We also see the Vitality stack coming in the travel version, which is a packets, and these are so nice and portable and easy to go with. My husband especially likes these because he doesn't have to open all the jars. He can just take the packet with him and get it in whenever he gets it done during the day. And then the True Science regimen, the skincare line, also comes in a stack as well. So with any of these subscription stacks, you get a free shipping on that as well. So the thing about having a subscription, you know, some people are turned off by that, but all of our products come in a 30-day supply. So honestly, I have more complaints from customers that have been really hesitant about the subscription, and then they run out of product because they didn't realize they were already on day 22 or 25, and then their product isn't here yet. So definitely the subscription is highly recommendable so that you can get your product coming before you run out. Lisa, if you just want to close for us here.
Well, you know, just kind of the disclaimer from LifeVantage that we do not claim to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease, condition, or symptoms. But I definitely think that we have taken a direction in nutrigenomics to, you know, do more preventative and get our bodies doing what we all want them to be doing versus treating a symptom or ailment. And so I want to thank you for your time, and feel free to get back to the person who invited you to this presentation. And if you have any further questions or want to do any 3-ways, we are always available to do other Zoom meetings or discussions via phone as well.
Yes, we definitely would love to answer your questions. If there's anything that that we can do for you, we definitely want to help you with that. So